And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Sport. And today we have the Barrington Tony Show.
Hey.
Michael and Manny in the vicinity.
You know it.
And we have a birthday to celebrate. Ours truly, Anthony Smith.
Yeah, dude, it's my big birthday today. Appreciate the shout out, Brian.
Yeah,
big day, dude.
Absolutely. Big day. So happy birthday to you, Tony.
Thanks, man.
Unfortunately, the one gift, like I was telling you, that I can't give you is rooting for the Mets to beat the Yankees. That's not happening, unfortunately, bud. We need it more than you guys, and you know it. Deep down.
Are you sure about that?
Would you rather have a higher draft pick this year, to work towards the future? No?
Yeah, I guess.
But it's hard to not give up.
Want to win here against the Yankees, dude.
And I don't know if we already established this or not, but somebody else, I think they were talking about it. Because Evan Roberts was at Fenway this weekend, and it is called the 7 Line. I don't know if you already knew that or not, but like the traveling group.
Oh yeah, that's what Lonnie was talking about.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that was like specifically, but boy, there was a lot of them. Let's just say that, and it made sense thinking about it because he was saying that the Mets obviously don't usually play the Red Sox, so it was an opportunity to go to Fenway. That's why there's so many Mets fans there, despite the circumstances. But a lot to get to today, and I'm actually going to throw you a quick curveball, Tony. We are going to do our 3M open preview. Before we do that, could we quickly go to the world of the National Football League?
Wow. 6 for 101, 2 touchdowns. Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
How about that throw?
Sam Darnold blasted! Oh my goodness, did he take a hit? In trouble, what? Brings him down. Loft one for Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down. Touchdown!
All right. So the big news this morning, Saquon Barkley is in Giants camp after agreeing on a 1-year deal. Looks like the total, give or take, is about $11 million, a $2 million signing bonus, and then about $9 million in salary. So there was some thought.
And then another mill possibly in incentives.
Another mill possibly in incentives. But, there was some thought that he would potentially, go to the lengths of what, Le'Veon Bell did way back when, sitting out this season. And, there was some anxiety for Giants fans. Lonnie, by the way, shout out to the company. We were talking about that with him at the Horseshoe, that there was some level of concern. You want your guy in camp, and we know, just how much he meant to the Giants, offense last season. I think it was about, if you think about the running and the receiving, he accounted for, give or take, about 40% of the total offense last season. So if you think about that, that's a big number. And I know it's like once that July 17th deadline had passed, there was no possible way to have an extension. That was the deadline. But are you somewhat surprised, Tony, that it came together this quickly and that Barkley didn't play a little more hardball?
Honestly, no, not really. I know at the end of the day, maybe he didn't necessarily get what he wanted to, but I feel like throughout this entire process, the one thing he did mention so much is that he loved to play in New York, that he just really loved, playing the game. He loves his position, loves his team, and wants to win as well. So, I don't know. For me, it seemed like, yes, there was kind of like a 12 o'clock hour type of feel where it could get ugly. But I think at the end of the day, there was no way he was going to be sitting out, honestly, wasting a year of his career, especially like, man in his position where it seems like, longevity of running backs is such an uncertainty, at this point anyway. For him to sit out, I think would have been really bad for him, and I think he knew that. So at the end of the day, I kind of figured something would come to an agreement, and especially the Giants would want that too. I think the last thing they would want during training camp here is the murmurs about if Barkley's going to be playing, what's it going to be like without him, like what are we going to do if he's not here? And that's just bad for the team in general. You want to try to start gaining momentum as a team right away. So I kind of thought they would come to an agreement, and I don't know. I think this is kind of a good deal for both parties involved, honestly.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. And you would hope moving forward that it would set a precedent. And I know I kind of think, from when just growing up, or even, more recently, like the Revis situation, we don't get as many as these lengthy, nasty, threatening holdouts as maybe we used to.
Right.
But I just, like I'm saying, I would hope it would set a precedent, because you just think about, and I know these players at the end of the day, they want to make sure they're taken care of first. But the fact, I think this could potentially, and I know it's going to be an uphill battle, but change the course of the Giants season. Because I just think there's so many things that go into a guy holding out. And the one thing, animosity between, amongst the players on the team. So I think naturally that creates some type of divide. I'm sure you'd have those players that were in Saquon's corner, but then also those that are saying, like, come on, man, we're putting in all the hard work, the sweat equity, and you're holding out in a scenario where you can't get a multi-year deal. You're going to have to play on a one-year deal. And I actually didn't know this, and I know Ian Rappaport and some other reporter had tweeted out. I thought that it was once the deadline for the franchise tag is passed, that it has to be the franchise tag, but it actually can be a negotiated one-year contract. And I don't know if you heard that from Rick and Dave this morning, because that's where I picked up that.
And I didn't know that either. So this year they can do this all over again. Next year, rather.
Next year. Yeah. And you don't know too, though, if there was some type of deal between them that it was like, listen, we promise you next year, no matter what, we're not going to franchise you. If you prove your worth, we're going to give you an extension. If things don't go your way, you have the free agency option.
Do you think, I don't know if you heard any of his incentives.
No, did you?
Geez, I think it's over. I did hear it, but I kind of forget now. Obviously it was yards, receptions, and touchdowns. I think 11 touchdowns. Does that sound right? $1 million incentives equally paid for 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 65 receptions. So I mean, that's cool to have those incentives. I love incentives and contracts for players. But I don't know. Do you think Barkley's going to be used the same amount as he was last year? Do you really think he's going to be utilized this much this season as he was last season?
I guess, the right sentiment in this situation is to say no, just because anytime, because I noticed this just from playing fantasy football these years, you have a guy, he's number one on the big board. He had all these great statistics the year before.
Right.
So then his value goes up, and it's tough for him to match that. So I would say, coming off a season which he was used a lot, I would think they would want to somewhat, not much at all, but a little bit, tone back the usage, keep him fresh on the stretch. So, you look at those numbers, I would say he doesn't get 1,350 rushing yards. Playoff berth. So that's and a playoff berth. So I guess that is one in amongst itself, where you have to have both. I think the thing that he's the biggest lock for would probably be 65 receptions. I think
really
they like hitting him out of the backfield.
Oh yeah, they do.
Touchdowns are tough. Obviously, they're a running team, or more of a running team than most teams. But running touchdown, those can be finicky. A guy can have a great year, and then just the touchdowns for whatever reason don't end up working out. Daniel Jones ends up stealing a lot of touchdowns. When they give him a blow, Breida ends up scoring. Stuff like that happens. So I think these incentives are tough to reach. What do you think?
I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, I think they definitely are going to be tougher to reach. I think the 11 touchdowns might be, I think that's kind of feasible for him. I want to say he had 10 last year, maybe 12 last year. I have to look it up,
I
but
think it was 10.
10.
Yeah.
So I think 11 could be doable for him. Like you said, receptions is easy too. The yardage is I think what's going to be the toughest, but he doesn't have to like to get $1 million, he doesn't have to get all three of these. It's each. They're divided up equally.
Yeah, so I guess it's 333
333,000
or 3 I think it's 909, so it would be 303,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was 10 touchdowns last
Mm-hmm.
year, 13-12 on the yardage. So you notice
Okay.
these incentives were, raising the bar a little bit, and then, making the playoffs, which they did last year. So it's interesting. I think this is a great day for Giants fans. You don't have that anxiety. I think it's going to make the team stronger, and it gives you a better chance to get off to a better start. However,
Go
God,
ahead. No, I was to say, if you were Barkley, would you have taken this deal, or would you have held out?
you got to take it
Yeah,
because
you have to.
before the deadline, you had leverage. Now you don't have leverage. And I think if, I know it's not right because, the way he looks at it, he proved himself last year. But besides the fact that you get into trouble paying running backs, it's like, he had gone through, definitely, 2 years where he was underwhelming or not in the field. His second year, 1,000 yards, but missed 3 games. So he had really, out of the 5 years he's been with the Giants, he's had 2 outstanding seasons and then mixed results. The other 3, one was acceptable, the other 2 weren't. So I think he has to understand that from the team perspective that it is a risk on their part. And, whether the running backs don't feel like it's right and they're upset, it is an unfortunate reality. This is the business. And I just think it's like, I don't see a scenario in terms of like guarantees, especially. I don't see any team, no matter who the running back is, no matter how old they are, giving somebody 3 years of higher end guaranteed money. I just don't think a team is willing to take on that risk. So it's like at the end of the day, what are you looking for? Even if he has a great year, I mean, are they going to give him more than 2 years, $30 million guaranteed going forward? I don't think so.
What's like Derrick Henry's contract? What is that like? Do you know?
We could take a quick look at that. I know there was some thought. Obviously, they ended up sticking with him, but potentially, getting rid of him because of that contract, this season. But let's see if actually, I feel like sometimes Football Reference can be a little.
I'm on Sport Track right now. It was a 4-year, $50 million contract, which included a $12 million signing bonus, $25 million guaranteed, annual salary of $12.5 million, and in 2023. He will earn a base salary of $10.5 million while carrying a cap hit of $16.3.
Last year of the deal?
Looks like he's an unrestricted free agent in 2024, but I guess an option for 2025.
What does it say what the option is?
I guess he's able to restructure, maybe, is what it is. I don't know. It seems he's guaranteed, like 12 this year. And then I guess I think it's a restructure option. It seems. I don't know. It's kind of like weird.
I actually want to look this up.
Are you not? Can you not see this?
I was doing Football Reference because how we have a hockey reference, baseball reference.
No.
Display. You're saying?
No display.
If there's anything, Tony, I'm adaptable. I think she's in the hallway, but I just got a notification that Renee's watching. One of our biggest fans, no?
Renee walked in?
I thought I heard her voice, no?
Yeah, she's definitely out there.
Yeah. All right, let's see what the heck. Wait, so where do you see? I think that's I don't know. I could be wrong. I think that is a like a bonus. Yeah, that's part of his contract restructure. So they have dead cap hits those years. That's what I think anyway. So I don't think he's going to be under contract past this season. And 29 years old. I mean, it's unfortunate and it seems crazy because obviously 29 is a relatively young age, but it's like, I mean, I see him having like a big year this year one more time. Yeah, but then you would think, I mean, obviously we saw Adrian Peterson at an advanced age have some success, but all the hits this guy has taken, all the carries he's had, I have a tough time believing that Derrick Henry has many, really good years left. Already, he's 29 years old. He has 1750 carries. I mean, that is a ton of carries. Obviously, he hasn't been used much as a receiver, only 127 career receptions. But that is a lot. And one thing that's going to be interesting, because I think it's tough, especially these day and age, to reach 100 touchdowns. He has 78, so you give him another 10 this year. That would be 88. So he should be able to get the 100 career touchdown mark, you would think. And then he's got 83-35 on the rushing yard. So you'd imagine he has a decent shot to get to 10,000. So Henry is definitely a legend. But we have this conversation all the time that while these guys are good and depending on the scenarios, they are worth the frustration growing for Tony with the cable. I mean, honestly, if it's not going to work, Tony, it's okay. It's like, don't worry about it. I know. Because it's that hard work ethic. You want everything, running smoothly, going the right way. But at the end of the day, I think there's definitely a cap of what you should pay for these running backs. I think that is for sure. I think I had to like fear for my life right now. I got a crossbow pointed at me. That's an amazing costume, though. Both of you guys.
Thank you.
Wow. I was just fixing it.
We got the. No, I honestly was thrown off, and I was a little nervous. Honestly, what if Renee by accident shoots one of those arrows? I mean, that's it for me. No.
That was sick, right? That's so cool, dude.
Wow,
leather, Brian.
You can't beat it.
Do you like leather, Brian? Do you wear leather ever?
No.
Like leather jacket?
No. Anything too constraining, Tony, is a no-go.
Yeah, leather is tough sometimes.
Matthew checking in saying happy
dude,
born day. You don't see that too often.
For a hot second, I thought it said happy Barnes Day, Tony.
Oh my God.
And he was gonna hear a little something, dude.
Yeah, he was.
Thank you, Matthew.
He was definitely gonna hear a little something.
Yeah. Kind of like with the t-shirt thing with you, Wow,
yeah.
Look at those boots. Wow, real.
Yeah, those are crazy.
Check it out. Can I show this on camera? Yeah, of course. Check it out, guys. This is Michael's new fashion. He's gonna be wearing this on the runway, baby. Yeah, dude. Wow, that's a crazy nice boot, dude. Yeah.
I know. I'm ready. Dude, this thing is crazy.
Wow. Is that like Tempur-Pedic in there?
Tempur-Pedic.
Honestly, Brian.
No, Brian, seriously.
It's like kind of squishy. Fall asleep in that thing.
Wow.
Brian doesn't care. Back to the sports, Brian.
Well, this is a sports board. Huh?
So the Derrick Henry thing. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, it seems like you were saying, he is 29 years old. Yeah, he signed this contract, I guess, almost 4 years ago. How old is Barkley? He's like
26.
26?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Derrick Henry signed this contract when he was 26, basically.
Yeah. So he is kind of getting chiefed a little bit, but I mean, he signed that contract when there was occasionally those type of deals like we saw with Christian McCaffrey. But I don't know. I think, honestly, and just giving my honest opinion, I think what's going to happen is I don't think he's going to get an extension. I think this could potentially be, whether he has a great year or not, his last year with the Giants. And I think the biggest reason why he's not going to get an extension,
right? And
I know this will piss off the Daves of the world. And I understand why the thought process is there, but I don't think the Giants are going to make the playoffs this year. And I know the NFC, there's some questions, but I think the biggest thing for me is, first of all, especially first half of last year, nobody was taking the Giants seriously. Right. They figured, 4-win team, 5-win team. So early on in the year, you weren't getting team's best shot. Plus, the way the schedule is designed, you play most teams other than your division schedule where they finished the previous year. So the schedule, not as tough. Now you're coming off a year where you finished second in the division, or third in the division. Was third in the division? Okay, third in the division. So instead of being, which I guess last in the division the previous year, the opponents are going to be tougher. So I don't think they make the playoffs. And then, even if Saquon has a good year, I question if the Giants are going to be motivated to give him a contract extension.
Yeah, that's tough.
But right, don't you think? Dude, I mean, and I go to this analogy all the time, but you see the team out of nowhere make the playoffs. The following year is so tough to improve upon that or even reach the same level again.
Yeah, why do you think that is? You think it's just the how tough it is, expectations?
So
do you think the pressure?
Listen, first of all, I guess I take that back. Nothing in football is easy, but it's a lot less difficult to have a strong season when nobody's expecting you to, versus when all of the eyeballs, all of the attention, all of the tape, there's focus, and everybody, has a lot of film now on Mike Kafka's Giants offense.
Yeah, no, very true.
And obviously, once it gets closer to football, we'll do a divisional preview. And I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but if you could give me, Tony, your order of finish NFC East.
Oh man. I guess Eagles, right? Coming in first. I can't really see the Cowboys doing that.
It seems like they always blow it.
I know, dude. So I guess give me Eagles, then Cowboys. Man, then I guess the Giants. Josh
B checking in.
Josh
on his
B.
way to Jamaica. We hope he has a good time.
Dude, you've been Jamaica.
Yeah, I was just saying
you're just yeah. Wow, dude. Hope you guys see this. Happy birthday, Tony the Stash. Appreciate the shout out, Josh. Hope you have, a really good time on Jamaica and a safe flight, dude. Flight to Jamaica. How long is your flight to Jamaica?
I think it's only 3 to 4 hours.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's not a long flight. Have some jerk chicken while you're out there too. I honestly really enjoyed it last time. You get some good, dipping sauce with that.
Jerk chicken.
Yeah. So we know Josh will have a good time. Enjoy the weather. Maybe he gets a chance to sneak out to the golf course while he's out there. That would be something.
You think he brought his clubs? Probably not, dude. Rentals totally
rentals
fine.
Are fine. Rentals are fine.
But yeah, so I guess I'll go Giants in third spot.
Giants
so
third.
Then I guess
so
that would
Washington
be Commanders
fourth.
Yeah.
I am gonna actually say, just because this division, it's just everything just changes so quickly. And it doesn't make sense. You think about not having a great offseason. You think about your starting running back coming off a fractured leg or fibula or whatever it was with Tony Pollard. But I'm gonna just say somehow the Cowboys win the division.
Wow.
I think the Eagles finished second. And then I'm going to say the Giants finished third, Washington finishing fourth. Giants, no playoffs, but Cowboys and Eagles in. Last year, this was a 3-playoff team division. How many do you think make the playoffs this year?
I guess just 2.
2. So Giants
Eagles,
out. Are the Giants
Cowboys.
over 500?
Yeah.
9-8.
I was just gonna say 9-8. Yeah.
So a step back. Do you think Jones? How do you think he follows up last year?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't think he'll have much of an impact, I suppose, in terms of his running game and stuff like that. I was looking up some stats. It seems like his stats do bolster a lot, like through the air, on the ground, when Barkley is on the field with him. So, I mean, if Barkley can stay healthy and consistently play well, I mean, I think he'll have some good seasons. I'm actually just going to look up some stats for Jones last season. Daniel Jones reference.
I think he had 16 touchdowns, but then he ran for like 8 or 9. 15 touchdowns, only 5 touchdowns. 3205, very low from a yardage perspective.
Yeah, that is a little low, huh?
But obviously a run first team,
right? But I feel like he was leading the team in run yards.
Go down for rushing. It'll say.
like all the way down here. Actually, I don't think
There we go. Rushing, receiving. 7 touchdowns, 708 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess give me around the same. Maybe like 17, 18 touchdowns. I would imagine going to throw more, having a couple more receivers too. So
Get him up to 3,600 yards,
Yeah.
which is still low.
it's yeah,
I mean, everybody's a walking 4,000 at this point.
it's pretty crazy, honestly. So again, I mean, it's like good for him, you know.
Right.
But it's just like not. I feel like he's just not that type of quarterback that just is a game changer, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But yeah, so that'll be an interesting situation, as it plays out. I'm definitely getting excited for football. I feel like the run over of the USA Today predictions on Rick and Dave this morning kind of got me amped a little bit. What about you?
really, no, yeah, I
Did you feel like
definitely.
you had more certainty that you were excited for the football season?
Listen, I'm excited for the season, dude. Like I'm pumped
Excited
to
for the
be
beer, I thought.
watching.
The beer and
Yeah,
the
I'm
wings.
excited to be hanging out and watching games on Sunday, dude. There's something, it's nice when you got Red Zone just running all day. You can just chill and watch like football. It's
Yeah,
cool.
but I know we've talked about this, but so Jay's okay with watching Red Zone, even though like instead of watching the Jets standalone.
Yeah, he'll back and forth basically.
But
so any break in the Jets game, he'll go to Red Zone, but then he'll go back to the Jets
so
game.
it's
Yeah.
really more Jets than Red Zone for
Red
the 1
Zone's the
o'clock.
secondary.
Usually they're on 1 o'clock. Obviously,
Yeah.
this year a lot of primetime games, so that'll be a little different.
First game is Monday night. we were
Monday
saying,
night,
right?
the Bills.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
How many picks for Allen on opening night? You think?
Oh man, I guess I can see 2.
He really does make some bad decisions. And it's funny because I don't know about you, but I feel like we went into last season, especially even the beginning of the year, this really strong perception of Josh Allen. And then as the season went on, I started to question, like, yeah, all these like raw abilities, like we knew when he came out of Wyoming are there, but big throws, tight windows.
Mm-hmm.
Is he clutch? Like, I feel like that question is out there still. No.
I think it still is, and it kind of goes back to your point of the pressures to perform. I mean, last year, you're talking about the Bills being like a favorite team to go to the Super Bowl,
right?
And they had some flaws certainly as a team, so you can't put it all on Allen's shoulders. But he also made mistakes throughout the year.
Struggled to put away a team with a third-string quarterback in the first round of the playoffs.
That's not good, dude.
Yeah. So, big year for them. They just lost Naheem Hines for the season as well, the talented running back and kick returner, formerly of the Colts. He torn ACL jet skiing, Tony.
No, dude.
Yep.
I feel like, listen, man, I love jet ski. You jet ski?
I haven't in a while, but I love jet skiing.
I mean,
Lake George,
dude.
Best jet skiing I ever had.
Oh my god!
Have
on
you
the
been to
lake,
Lake George?
dude? No, not Lake George, but
Okay.
I've jet skied on other lakes. So
in
it's
New York,
Pennsylvania, Lake Wallenpaupack.
Wallenpaupack.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the largest man-made lakes. Whatever. Uncle Richie used to live there. But I mean, like, obviously, I've been jet skiing. My first time was like Wildwood, New Jersey, in the ocean. But you get on a lake where it's just like calm water. You just rip it, dude. I mean, it's like so much fun, and I've never. Obviously, like I was saying, like jet skiing is fun. I've never not smiled on a jet ski, but it's like I feel like we hear the story so often.
Injuries
on jet skis, or even like it's like you gotta be careful, dude.
Yeah, but do you think it's because they're reckless though? Come on.
No, yeah, it is because they're reckless.
I feel like I would never get hurt on a jet ski. I'm not gonna go that fast. Like just being out there is cool enough. Like, I don't need to rip it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I've ripped it.
Did you almost like flip before?
No, never. Again, but you're
on a lake though. It's lake versus ocean is different.
Totally different game. Yeah. Ocean, I don't really rip it as
Michael,
much.
jet skiing, yes or no?
Jet skiing, yes. You've been?
Yeah. What's going on, bro?
Hey, Wilder. Nice shirt, dude. Nice shirt. Movie's coming out. Thank you, Wilder. Thanks for coming in, man.
Wilder is the best. He is the
Wilder
best.
is the best.
Yeah.
Except for today. Today, I'm the best. Oh, I heard Wilder was pretty tight that L.A. Barnaby was at the house
I thought you were
early.
a morning guy. I thought you get up early.
Oh, dude needs the rest.
You need to talk to Michael a little more.
Yeah, early bird gets the worm. Right?
Oh, man.
That's what they say, yeah.
But honestly, like jet skiing might be one of the most fun activities that there is.
Honestly, dude. Like we were saying, like how do you
Where have you been jet skiing?
where? Ocean? The sound.
Florida, Miami,
Sound, Black Sea, and
Bahamas. That
You love the Bahamas.
Oh yeah.
Atlantis.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Atlantis,
Like,
dude.
Imagine if we were just like right now, we just head to the Atlantis.
This time next year, we are.
Yeah.
That is going to be ridiculous.
Honestly.
And then we will have to have the opening dinner at Carmine's. I don't care if it's 10 grand. We're doing it.
Yeah.
10 grand.
Not 10 grand.
10
but I
grand.
just heard that it's just even more expensive than the Carmine's. Like,
Oh,
in New
yeah.
York and stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
When in Rome, right?
Yeah.
But Carmine's is really just so good, though. I mean, it's
Michael's never been?
never had Carmine's. Wow. But see, that's why,
That was
Tony,
P-Town.
like starting on a smaller level, that's why AC makes sense because we got
Yeah.
Carmine's there.
Give him
The
some.
beach.
Yeah,
it's-
dude.
There's a lot of, the tables.
Yeah. Michael, I don't know if Michael would like Carmine's, to be honest. He doesn't order Italian food. Like, he doesn't
Yes.
go out.
What about doesn't he like steak?
Oh, yeah, he likes steak.
The porterhouse is insane.
I mean, I understand that, but I mean, he's got to try the pasta. You got to get some Italian food.
He doesn't like any Italian food.
It's not that. He's just, I don't know. I guess he just didn't grow up eating it. So he never really ordered it out at restaurants. So he never really tried it and just feels weird about the whole, I don't know, pasta situation. I don't know, dude. We got to get him.
We'll get him.
We got to get him in somewhere that has just phenomenal pasta. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely get him there. That's for sure. Boy, even though that country cow is so good, Tony, I'm still starving right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm still a little hungry. I'm excited for the donut. Maybe we can split this donut, and I got a crumb cake right here too. It's like, it's crazy, man. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
desserts galore over here.
Desserts galore. I just
but-
want to go jet skiing too. No,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's tough to hear the guy got injured jet skiing.
But I just want to go, dude. It's
But
like,
you gotta be fucking careful out there, man. Like, you're a professional athlete. Like, obviously your body is what makes you money. So it's like, maybe don't rip it that much, or maybe like have a few less before you go on jet ski. Get your jet skiing out early on before you
could
start
get
drinking.
hammered.
I mean, listen, man, like I've been on the lake. Like, it's been, I'm out there for 6 hours, and it's like, especially when you're like 8 deep, you're like, bro, I want to get on the jet ski.
You're actually gonna lose it about this story. Luckily, no injury, but definitely a little like public embarrassment, pretty much. So we were in Cancun. This must have been 6 years ago. It was for one of the trips.
Yeah.
And me and Sarah on the jet ski, and it was just one of those days, just so rocky. Ocean jet
Right.
skiing can be a little tricky sometimes. And so, like, I don't know if bathing suit was too tight or what, but we hit like a big bump, and my bathing suit, dead ass, just split down the middle, right at the end. So I'm like going off the boat, I'm like trying to hide with the towel and stuff. And then my mom doesn't know this is going on, and her and my dad, I think, were coming in after us, and she's like, "Why didn't you take a picture of us?" And I'm like,
Oh my God.
I had some business to take care of.
That's so funny. Are we talking like
Full split, literally. So I
Right,
had to
full
like
split.
just legs.
do you wear underwear under your bathing suit?
No. But like nobody, you don't really wear. You wear underwear with a bathing suit.
Well, I buy bathing suits, especially
Without the net?
nowadays. Yeah, they're like board shorts. They're like
Okay.
they're like real shorts,
Like
really.
the,
that just
the
are
shorts
able.
that Michael was wearing at the horseshoe, like those shorts.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
So, did you hear that story? Brian on a jet ski in the ocean, rough waters, split his bathing suit down the middle seam. No underwear on. Yeah.
What are you gonna
dude.
do?
What are you gonna
right?
do?
Board shorts.
Give the people a show, he said.
No, but honestly, I think two things that should be outlawed moving forward, Tony.
Yeah.
Netting in the bathing suits and tight-fitting bathing suits. Who wants a tight-fitting bathing suit?
Yeah, and also to add to that, I feel like they make bathing.
Ridiculous. Oh no, the netting's so comfortable.
So it's stupid. And then also, I guess they think that like, oh, you're not going to use these shorts. And I feel like bathing suit pockets are so shallow.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, what are we doing, dude?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
No. You're good, Tony. Last question I was going to ask you.
Oh, what do you got?
When was the last time you went jet skiing?
Oh gosh. Last time I went jet skiing, I want to say like 3 summers ago. Wildwood, New Jersey.
Okay.
Jet skiing. And it's like, I've been obviously there a few times.
Choppy water at all or no?
That time, no, not really. It's actually kind of cool because probably like my 4th or 5th time jet skiing, so I'm pretty comfortable with it now.
Uh-huh.
And I've been in the ocean a couple times jet skiing. So I was just, I felt comfortable, and it's like off the get go. You know how they give you the whole spiel, like
The
this is your
jacket,
area,
life
dude.
jacket.
Don't go too fast. And make sure you wear the life
We're
jacket.
gonna come get you when the time's up.
Yeah. Well, like they take you out there, dude.
Yep.
Literally, I think we were almost at the area, and I just like blew past everyone, and it was a great time, dude.
I'm
Great
telling
time.
you
Lovely
though,
time.
Lake George, which is another place that I feel like we should go, breathtaking.
Breathtaking. Really, never been.
Yeah, all the Adirondack, or is it Adirondack or Appalachian Mountains over there?
Oh, I don't know.
Adirondack is chairs.
Really?
Oh no.
Or it's
Renee.
seltzer. No? Adirondack seltzer?
Adirondack chairs?
The Adirondacks are also a mountainous range.
No, but I think it's the Appalachian Mountains.
I think
honestly.
it's the Appalachian.
So the Appalachian Mountains in the background. There's all these like historic homes, hotels, and it's just massive, and it's just nice with a lake. Sure.
Oh, Adirondack.
It is Adirondack. Okay. Oh, interesting, Renee.
Mm-hmm.
Any thought there?
About the chairs?
I think she might get her bow and arrow out again soon. But Tony, it was ridiculous. It's just nice to have that amount of space and not have to worry about a strong current.
Yeah, no, it really is. The lake makes it fun, dude. And I'd be excited to go to Lake George.
And the seafood, there's like seafood places all over the place.
Really? Oh.
And it would be sick to rent a boat too, and like just have like a captain.
That would be. Oh yeah, you want to have the captain?
Yeah, because I mean, I guess we could handle driving the boat too, but it's a big liability.
Huge liability with us, I feel specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like. Have you ever driven a boat before? Like an actual like on the lake, like boat, like drive.
Yeah. Just because when we had our boat, I would occasionally just get to drive for like a second.
That's cool. You ever park one of those things in a dock?
That I don't think I ever did.
I don't think I want to do that.
No.
I've witnessed people have accidents in the dock because it's like, there's no brakes here, buddy.
Yeah.
It's like, geez.
I believe we have some comments.
We have a lot of comments to catch up, actually. Starting with my mother, who says, "Good morning, birthday boy." Good morning, Mom. She said, "I hope your friends are having cake for you." And she says, "It's horrible not to see you on your birthday."
I wouldn't mind some cake right now. No.
Neither would I. As Lonnie then says, "Happy birthday." Thank you, Lonnie. And then he says, "Oh, sorry for the late check-in, guys. Just finishing a cut. Maybe a haircut. What up, though? Double B. Let's go, Yankees. Melts need to go down next 2 games. Mets, obviously, what he meant. That's kind of fucked up, dude. Hi, Tony Mendick Mike. What up, baby?" He says, hashtag rep the company.
Hashtag let's go Yankees. Love it. Love it.
LGM, baby. And then he says, "Rent a boat. You mofos got money."
I mean, I know the captain, because I heard about this because my friends were just in Chicago this past weekend and they rented a boat, and I guess it was pretty expensive with the captain. But
I could imagine, dude.
When you're renting it and you're driving yourself, like just like a bow rider, I mean, I could be mistaken, but I want to say it's like, I don't know. You get a group of 8 people, it's probably a total of like $500-$600. Like, that's not that bad. You're splitting it 7-8 ways, no?
Not bad at all, as we're actually having a call come in. Stand by. We have Lonnie from the company on the phone. Just connecting him to our Bluetooth systems here.
Let me know when I'm all ready to go.
Lonnie, you're all
ready to go.
Buddy.
What's going on?
Good morning, dude.
Good morning. Let's go. Shout out to the company.
What's going on, Lonnie?
I just called in to wish my man Tony 2 times a happy birthday. That's it, pretty much.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that, man.
And you wanted to tell him Mets are getting swept.
Stop it.
And you're riled that Barkley's back in camp.
Yeah, Barkley's back in. Unfortunately, that deal is a load of crap. Yeah, happy he's back in camp. They got that done. Didn't technically know that can be done. Mike T or somebody said that it hasn't been done since like 2008.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Happy it has been done. But yeah, like I said, the contract honestly is a load of crap. They should have just gave him the $2 million up front and the other, whatever. But then again, he probably should have took the other contract that they tried to give him the first time.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like I said, I really just called in to wish Tony a happy birthday. Didn't know. Luckily, I seen that when I was scrolling up through the comments. So once again, Tony, happy birthday.
Thanks,
Mendick
dude.
Mike, what's up?
Yeah, Mike. I'm sure Michael will answer at some point.
Yeah, we'll get him in there.
Is he there?
No,
he's out and about.
Yeah, he
he's
just
here,
peeled out
but he's
real
not
quick.
here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, well, just wanted to call in and say how, happy birthday and all of that. Oh, and of course, yes, Yankees need to get these 2 wins. Sorry, Tony, your melts need to melt right up in the sun. Sorry.
That's ridiculous.
Right on it.
That's
Lonnie,
it. Get out of
right
here,
on it.
Lonnie.
I would say they should get a win for you today because it's your birthday, but if they do, whoop-de-doo for you.
I
But other
think
than that,
I think if the Mets win, jet skiing on Tony. What do you think, Lonnie?
how are we gonna make him pay for jet ski?
Have you been
You
jet
paying
skiing?
for everybody just for that?
Have you been jet skiing?
No, I haven't actually.
What an experience!
But
Highly
you
recommend
should
it.
try. Honestly,
that does look fun. I'll tell you that.
I just probably wouldn't want to do it in the New York Harbor, though. Honestly, I'd probably want to go somewhere else, right?
it's clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking about Lake George and all of that. So
Lake
listen,
George-
if y'all renting a boat. Yeah, y'all got some money if y'all renting boats with captains and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could get by without the captain. I could see Michael driving the boat fine, no, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Michael can handle the captaincy.
He's gonna drive us right into the land of Mendick.
Yeah.
I think company outing within the next year or two at Lake George, definitely.
We'll have to rent a few boats.
Airbnb, boats,
That's
seafood.
where what the hell is it? Flapjack Pizza's at.
Black.
And we got a couple of company members up there that's towards that way anyway.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So we'll
Sounds
have
like it's
to,
a lock, Lonnie.
Yeah, definitely is a lock.
Yeah, we gotta, like I keep telling everybody, we trying to plan something. We just, we gotta really get the ball going. Like I know the whole watch the game thing probably should be first, and then that way everybody can meet each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get acquainted. No.
And then we can exchange the boats and the houses.
If we're talking some serious numbers, how many wings do you think we'll need to watch the games together?
I don't know, because I know I could smash some wings back, tell you that much.
You're looking at two guys who have been known to do that as well.
It depends on how many of us is there, because I know, you get a couple beers in you, them wings start to...
I know, right?
Archie Moore's. I feel like, Lonnie, you haven't had Archie Moore's, or you have?
No, Archie Moore's not. No, I never had that. What is that?
It's well, he used to be a boxer actually back in the day, Archie Moore. But
Archie Moore. Yeah, I heard of him, but I never heard he had
a so there's Fairfield, Milford, and Wallingford.
There's one in New Haven, I thought, no?
It's Wallingford.
Technically?
Yeah, technically Wallingford. It used to be Derby, but it's just a wing and nacho place, and they have some other stuff, but they're known
some of the
for
best
their
wings.
Best wings. Everybody kind of agrees, like, wow, those are the best wings we've ever had.
And nachos really
the nachos ridiculous, like overwhelming amount of nachos.
Yeah.
I have to get the food from him, I guess.
Yeah, bro.
Party at B's crib or Tony's crib, and we get the food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I think we maybe go B's crib for the big party.
For the big party, yeah. Just for some extra space.
Whichever one.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I'm pumped.
We can all go off of ice cream at the end of the day too.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, we got Carvel and Dairy Queen in town. So.
Oh wow, the Blizzies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard Dairy Queen. There's a Dairy Queen in Fairfield, right?
There's Dairy Queen in Stanford.
Oh,
they're all over the place, Lonnie.
Yeah, I feel like they're not New York though. Not New York.
No.
There used to be one on Staten Island,
but it's like the the knockoff versions.
What's New York big on? Like Haagen-Dazs and Carvel, or no?
Yeah, Carvel.
Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, I forgot.
Baskin Robbins.
I forgot he said he was a big Haagen-Dazs guy.
Yeah. But also, I mean, you got the ice cream trucks, roaming around. Lickety Split, dude, Mr. Softy.
Yeah, but just the
I
ice
don't
cream.
trust those things, man.
What?
The ice cream truck is tough because it's like, I could just go to the grocery store and get it. Like if I'm having ice cream from a place, I want it to be soft serve, or you know what I mean?
I haven't.
The truck.
Yeah,
the truck is soft serve.
Well, I guess it depends on which truck.
Well, all the Lickety Split and Mr. Softy
have
soft serve with the cone, dude. You want double? You want cherry dipped? Come on, dude. They got it. Sprinkles.
This is destroying me right now.
Rainbow sprinkles. They got all of that.
How about a snow cone too on the side?
No, see the snow cone I could do without.
Really?
Ice cream is so much better than a snow cone.
Choco Taco? The Chipwich.
Yes. The Chipwich is insane.
I'm a strawberry shortcake guy.
Ooh,
strawberry shortcake
those
is ridiculous.
Are so good, dude.
The cherry dip is good, and I think honestly, Dairy Queen should be fined like $1 million for eliminating the cherry dip cone.
Do they still have them?
They just got rid of it.
Really? Oh wait, are you serious?
Dead serious.
That's stupid. Stupid move.
Yeah.
Bad move on them. That was my mother's favorite part about Dairy Queen was the cherry dipped.
It was one of my
Oh
favorite
yes,
parts
of
too.
course. Shout out to Tony's mom too. That's who said it first. Shout out to Tony's mom.
Oh man, starving right now.
So I will get you ice cream, dude.
I'm
You know, as soon as we bring up food, you get hungry. All of a sudden, random.
You know what it is? Before this show, me and Tony very seldomly eat.
Yeah.
So, and it's approaching 11.
Well, you
it's
need
tough.
to put something in your stomach, knowing you're gonna be sitting there for close to 2
know.
hours.
I know, but then Michael's got this idea
be
with
like Dave.
the early
Be
day
like Dave
fasting in our heads, you know,
Yeah.
so it's just tough to.
You gotta be like Dave and have some protein bars and bananas laying around.
Yeah, it's just
I
they're
don't
just
know,
not
dude.
exciting.
Yeah, it's
though.
not. I can't do that, dude. A protein bar, it's chewing on it for a half hour. It's
You go. What kind of protein bar you gonna be chewing on for a half hour? What is it? Is it a doggy treat?
Come on, you gotta admit some of those are cardboard and tasteless and
I am. I'm ready for some outings. So you know what we're forgetting too? Playoff watch parties. Are you kidding?
Oh wow.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Need to kind of work on that too. We got hopefully the Yankees get in there, but who knows?
Yeah.
Mets too, hopefully, but so much for that. I don't think so.
The fuck is that?
So yeah, if we could get that going, that'd be great.
Yeah. That would be.
But listen, I'm gonna let you guys get back to work. I'll start watching again. Once again, Tony, shout out to you. Happy birthday.
Appreciate
Shout
it.
out
Bud.
Appreciate you, Lonnie.
Shout out to the staff. Shout out to Mendick Mike. Shout out to Renee, Tony, Matt, Matt, Jay, B. You already know. Shout out to the company. You guys have a good day.
All
Thanks,
right,
Lonnie,
you too, bro. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Peace.
The one, the only
Lonnie.
Lonnie, the company.
Oh,
Definitely an accident.
You wanted to talk more.
Yeah, right. That's funny as hell.
Wow. I think we've already talked about a lot, and we still have a lot to talk about.
I know. I can't believe we've been here for 47
Like
minutes.
we're basically halfway done, and we were just talking about food and Saquon Barkley and jet skiing. But yeah, so Thursday we will have the 3M Open, next stop on the PGA Tour schedule, which the season very much so winding down because next week is Wyndham, which is the last regular season tournament before we get into the FedEx Cup playoffs. So the 3M Open. First off, your defending champion, Tony Finau, winning there last season. It's held at TPC Twin Cities. And this rendition of this tournament has been going on since 2019. There was the the 3M Championship, which was on the PGA Tour Champions from 93 to 18, was also held at TPC Twin Cities the last 17 years of that tournament. So it's moved on to the PGA Tour. And, despite the, frequent amount of water laid out throughout the course, a lot of hazards, it's been a course that's been scoreable. You look at it, the 4 previous editions of this tournament, Matthew Wolff, 21 under in 2019, Michael Thompson, 19 under in 2020, Cam Champ, 2021, 15 under, and last year, Finau, 17 under par. Purse is up to an all-time high, $7.8 million, with the winner taking home $1.4 million. Length of this course, 7,431 yards. And when we think about, who's in this field, definitely some of the top names taking the week off with coming off the Open. Body clock is a big thing, but basically you have the meat of the PGA Tour playing in this one, as well as guys who are on the outside looking in on the top 70 for the FedEx Cup playoffs. A couple guys coming to mind, JT, Sahith Theegala, and Cameron Champ, all needing to get into position to make the playoffs here. But giving you, who we got in the field here, you got Sepp Straka, who's always been a personal favorite of Tony's, Emiliano Grillo, defending champion Tony Finau, Lucas Glover, who's been in contention recently, Adam Hadwin, Mark Hubbard, Cam Young, coming off that tied 8th at the Open. You also have JT Poston, Tom Hoagie, Hideki Matsuyama, Sunjae Im, Patrick Rogers, who lost in a playoff in the alternate event Barracuda Championship last week at Lake Tahoe.
Jeez, dude.
You have Ryan Fox, Ludwig Aberg, and Sheeson Hadley. So definitely some different names in the field, guys that were not necessarily used to seeing or talking about. So it's kind of interesting, in that respect.
Can you give me a pronunciation on this name right here?
Christian Bezenhut.
That's a fact.
Flawlessly, Tony.
Bezenhut?
Yeah, because he's been in the contention at majors, just telling you,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. And I know it's week 17-ish, Tony, but I can't believe like these are the last two tournaments of the regular season.
Yeah, I feel like it has gone by relatively quick.
And then we're gonna get a couple weeks off before the fall season starts, and they still have not announced the tournaments for the I guess post all right, I guess starting in 2024, because they do have a couple of events, or really one event in December, the Grant Thornton. That's a new event at Tiburon course that I played in Naples. And I just wanted to see here too. I was looking at this, and I think you're going kind of through the field yourself right now.
Trying my best.
If there's
here.
anybody that they did, I mean, Sam Bennett, recently turned pro this year. And I saw Stuart Sink, who made a little bit of a run at the Open, the former 09 champ. Eric Cole, who's had a very good season. Joel Damon, star of why am I blanking on this?
What? Sorry.
Full swing,
Michael.
And Dylan Fratelli, Doug Eam. Just wanted to see if there was really anybody else worth notable. Kramer Hickok, Mackenzie Hughes, S.H. Kim, Matt Kuchar. I'm surprised he wasn't in the top 15 list of contenders. I guess he hasn't really had that good of a season. Peter Molinari, Taylor Montgomery, Keith Mitchell, and I think that Justin Suh, Gary Woodland, the former major champion. But I think that pretty much does it in terms of who's in the field. So I've given you some time to prepare here, Tony. I know it's a little different, especially coming off a major week. It's definitely just a completely different feel. But what are you thinking here?
Honestly, for my pick to win, where is this taking place? Minnesota.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. What's the weather going to be like in Minnesota this weekend? Are we talking?
Look it up. I would imagine
TPC
Minnesota's got to be nice this time of year.
TPC, right? Twin Cities weather, dude. Looks like Thursday.
So it's almost like here. I never get that, Tony, because it's like I thought like temperatures and stuff are supposed to be distance from equator, and it's like they're further up north than us. So how is
True.
And
but is it really that much further north, right? I mean, when you really think about it, it's really just more west, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I guess. And I know it has to do with like the ocean and stuff. One that really got me is San Diego, how their summer is a lower temperature than us. That one doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But I think the winds from the Pacific Ocean.
Wow. But yeah, it looks like weather is, like you said, pretty like our weather, which is interesting. But I think to win, I'm gonna go with Tony Finau.
Yeah.
I just think too. I mean, I honestly, looking at his last few appearances here, I mean, his past 5 tournaments, he's gotten cut 3 times.
Yeah, after winning twice this season.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty crazy that he's gotten cut that many times his last 5 tournaments. Excuse me. So I just think a law of averages, he's gonna come out here, a tournament that he knows that he could win, that he's won before. I think he's come out pretty strong. And I think he has some of the best scores at the 3M Open. I think he averages like a 67 point whatever over his appearances here. So obviously he plays well in this tournament. So I mean, it's hard for me not to be like, he has a real good, I think, probability of winning. Especially the comeback too. I think it's a good shot for him because the stars are aligning for Tony Finau.
What stars are aligning for a sleeper?
Um,
I feel like I threw you off guard there.
a little bit. I was looking at this sleeper right here. Harry Higgs, dude. Are you familiar with Harry Higgs?
I feel like you're not familiar with Harry Higgs.
I mean, a little bit, sure.
There's one
dude.
thing he's known for.
What's he known for? Blowing it?
No, but it was 2 or 3 years ago. TBC Scottsdale, hole in one on 16, shirt off. I think you
The
definitely
shirt
remember
off
the
guy.
beard
Yes, I
going-
do
yeah,
remember this.
That's him.
So let's go. Give me Harry Higgs here.
What
By
do
the
we
way,
have? What do we have for performance out of Mr. Higgs this season?
so far some results. I mean, he's finished in the top 25 this year 4 times. He's made 11 cuts, has missed 12 cuts, finished in the top 10 only once. Over 23 events played. No withdrawals, no wins, no runner-ups, dude. We'll get recently cut from Barracuda. I want to say he dropped out of Barracuda or something because there's no scores for him at all.
No. It's because the Barracuda is a Stableford modified scoring event.
Go on.
So it's like you get points based on, I think it's like an eagle is 4, a birdie's 3.
Are you serious?
Yeah, a par is 2, a bogey's -1. They only have
Oh my
that's
god.
the only tournament on the tour that is
What
that.
Where does that even come from? Like that format?
It's been around because
Yeah.
they did like Steph Curry, the tournament that was
The same
modified.
deal?
Yeah, just to kind of make it a little,
Oh wow.
give you a better chance, like because
Yeah.
you're rewarded for higher scores, not
Right.
penalized as much for lower.
But yeah, just going through the ringer here. Cut from Barbasol, John Deere tied 57th, tied 52nd Rocket Mortgage, tied 12th at RBC Canadian Open, and then had, what do you see, 4 cuts in a row, spanning over May and April. Looks like his best outing this season.
7th at the Puerto
Rico Open, tied for 7th. So I mean, obviously this is a significant underdog when you look at his career, but I'm hoping that the Camden, New Jersey native could come up pretty big here. So let's go, dude. First career win looking for.
So I'm gonna go with a guy who, other than a top 10 at the Travelers, has really embarrassed himself this season. A 2-time major champion, coming off a season in which he won a major championship with a huge comeback on the back 9. Give me JT to win this week. Nothing points towards it. I'll give you that because
There's nothing.
cut at the Open plus 11,
Right.
60th at the Genesis.
You just feel it though.
Cut at the Rocket Mortgage, cut at the US Open plus 14, plus 6 at the Memorial, cut, and plus 12, tied 65th at the PGA. But Justin Thomas, Tony, is winning the 2023 3M Open.
You're just feeling it, dude.
I just know it.
Does he know it?
He does.
He knows it.
Well, he needs to do well in this event in Wyndham in order to qualify for that top 70, make the playoffs.
Right. So this is it.
This is it.
How well does he need to do here? Like, does he have to win this?
I don't think it's win, but I would say at the minimum, you got one more tournament next week, but minimum top 10, which I think is very much so attainable.
Top 10 absolute lock, and obviously this is your guy.
Weaker field too. So I think that really gives him a chance.
Love it.
And then my sleeper, I am gonna go again with somebody who result-wise hasn't done much of late. But give me Peter Malnati.
Wow.
Coming off a cut at the Barracuda, was 52nd at Barbasol, cut at the John Deere, 9th at the Rocket Mortgage, and cut at the Travelers. So
Peter Malnati
did tie for 4th at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am back in February. That was kind of the highlight of his season. But a guy who has one career win, which came at the Sanderson's Farms Championship back in 2015. So
Wow.
It's been quite some time since Peter Malnati has won a tournament.
Is he related to Lou Malnati?
I don't believe so.
Mm.
So,
I get good sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this will be interesting. I think a new star, Michael, will be born by the time we're crowning a champion Sunday. That is for sure. So
Sprained knee playing kickball first grade.
haven't heard that one in a long time.
It's a good bite, dude.
So action will get underway on Thursday. I just want to see too, just to kind of wrap up this TV coverage. What do we have? I want to say maybe this is actually no. I think this is. It seems like CBS for the most part.
Right.
most part, always has these tournaments. I just want to take a quick. Of course, anytime I hate when they try to get you to subscribe to an online newspaper.
Dude, nothing worse than that. Like you go on the website and it's like, oh, like you should come subscribe if you want to read this article, sort of deal. Like, no, like I'm not. Like you're a quick read.
Yeah.
Like this is not like I'm not going to be a part of your thing.
So kind of a very tight window. Obviously, you have PGA Tour live coverage, but Golf Network 4 to 7 Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday 1 to 3 on Golf Network.
Wow.
3 to 6 on CBS. So not a ton of coverage. So that'll be interesting. Lonnie talking Flapjack Pete's breakfast place out near Lake George. I would love some pancakes from there right now.
Dude, Flapjack Pete's. That sounds so good.
That's legendary. And he's also talking about
he's throwing scuds at you,
the golf?
dude. He says
that's an interesting noise. It's like somebody's patching in.
I know it's trying to. He shows the golf field is as tight as Double B's shirt today. My goodness.
I feel like it's a camera angle. Tony, this shirt is not tight.
I don't think it is, dude.
No.
I don't know, man.
But he's having a good time.
We'll let him run. He's probably he's probably falling asleep right now. He's probably dazed.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely, dude.
But an hour in, it's time to go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right, Tony. We had to wait over a month. But it's time for part 2 of the Subway Series. The teams split their 2-game set at Citi Field back on June 13th and June 14th. We get 2 games at Yankee Stadium tonight and tomorrow. Obviously, this is a huge series for both teams here. The Yankees coming into this one, sweeping the Royals over the weekend. The Mets losing 2 out of 3 in Boston. And, really, I mean, you're getting to that point with the trade deadline next week, whether you're buying, whether you're selling. And, of course, like when we look at this scenario, I think it's somewhat up in the air what the Mets are doing. I mean, common sentiment would say Mets are selling, Yankees are buying. Other than if Ohtani was available, if Soto was available, it seems like it's either building block or it's a sell. Is that what you're kind of getting?
Yeah, I agree. I think, there's rumors that, this series against the Yankees is going to really like sway Cohen one way or the other in terms of what he's going to be doing. But again, like I know, in his press conference, a few weeks ago, it was all about how he's not going to be selling. They're moving forward with the team. So I mean, again, that seems to be the sentiment he has, in terms of not interested in selling. So we'll see, dude.
But if he's not selling and it's not Ohtani, it's not Soto, then what is it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Pitching?
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe like, do you think they would flip? You were saying there was some interest. Do you think they would like trade Quintana this quickly? Just to like, I don't know, get some younger guys in.
Yeah, I do think they would try. I don't know. Again, like to not be like to say you're not selling these guys. I mean, I think it'd be kind of stupid if someone's interested in getting Verlander and you're not going to give him up. I mean, I think it's stupid if someone wants Max Scherzer and you're not going to give him up. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like Scherzer, even Quintana, I mean, these guys aren't going to be what you want them to be.
Yeah, but and also because I'm sure some of this for you is just like frustration with the way the season has gone. But you almost these trades, as long as a package is somewhat decent, you don't care about how much money that the Mets have to eat.
No, not really.
You think it makes sense regardless, just to like in your best case scenario, both Scherzer and Verlander are traded.
I mean, depending on the packages, yeah, I think so. I think Scherzer really at this point has proven that he doesn't have it anymore.
Right. Could you see him going somewhere else and then like turning it around?
I mean, I feel that's what most people do when they leave the Mets. So, I guess anything's possible, but again, it just seems, you hear him talk about the issues he has with every single pitch,
I could see the Orioles maybe taking a stab. They have a low payroll. They might be down for it, honestly. And I would almost welcome it because
Matt
I
Harvey?
know it seems like, okay, like, why do you want to bring in like a Cy Young Award winner
right?
to a team that's ahead of you in the standings? But I think Stanton has always hit him very well, Scherzer. So I would, in Judge too, I would feel confident. And I would like to see that, honestly.
So you want the Orioles to get Scherzer so the
we
Yankees can hammer him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the man gives up a lot of home runs, so
but nevertheless, Tony, I mean, it is a turning point in the season, and all of us Yankee fans, we're hoping this Royal sweep was a step in the right direction. It was something that was needed, and not that it should be celebrated, but it just gives some type of hope. With an Aaron Judge return seemingly around the corner, and especially I think if they were able to take both of these games, which is not going to be easy, that would really propel Brian Cashman in the front office to make some moves here. There's a lot of holes on this team. And when you look at the Yankees, Tony, in terms of acquiring talent, what would you say is at the top of the list and most needed in order to really turn this season around and get it headed in the right direction?
I guess it's got to be a pitcher. It's got to be a starting pitcher.
Really?
Yeah, I know how much I've been advocating for a better outfielder, and I think with the Tommy Pham injury, it makes it tough for sure. But I mean, I just feel like, offense is something we've come by more often than good pitching. I feel this season. And I think at the end of the day, that's really just what we need. We need a pitcher who can go out there consistently, like have a sub-3 ERA, and get out there, give us length, like start in and start out. Like it's not like there's not a question where, he could go 5 1/3, but he also could go 7. And that's every pitcher in rotation, every pitcher. And it just seems like every other day these guys are doing exactly that. We just need some consistency. We need some confidence. I think that will help our bullpen. I think a better starting rotation.
Breaking news.
What do we got? All right.
Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics have agreed to a max 5-year, $304 million extension. It is the richest deal in NBA history, and I believe the first player to surpass $300 million on a contract. Wow, dude. So that is a lot of money. Obviously, Brown, one of their most important players and widely thought of as one of the better two-way players in the league. The numbers look good. And I know, contracts are out of control and like a backup makes $15 million a year. But to me, Tony, $60 million for Jaylen Brown, get out of here. He's not worth that much.
Really?
What
would you pay him?
60?
What would you pay him?
60 million?
What would you pay him?
Not 60. I mean, I honestly don't even know if he's worth more than 40.
Oh my gosh, dude. Also, I guess some more breaking news here. Nothing, not good though, but it looks like courtesy of Apple News right here, People Magazine, I want to say this is from, LeBron James' son, Bronny, the 18-year-old Bronny suffers cardiac arrest during a USC workout, stable condition, and is no longer in the ICU. A representative from the James family confirmed to People Magazine.
Jeez.
So obviously wishing the best for little Bronny there. That is something that's really scary. Because obviously, thank you, Manny. You don't want anything like that happening to anybody, let alone, someone who's looking to start his professional basketball career, So obviously best wishes to the James family and everything. That's pretty sad. Jeez,
yeah. So if we have anything further on that, we'll get to it. But all I see on here, medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He's in stable condition and no longer in the ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family. We'll update media when there's more information. So anything on that we will see. And obviously we hope for a speedy recovery. That is just horrendous. And to have to go through something like that at that age, you can only imagine how he's feeling. And of course, the anxiety that the family and everybody that is associated with Bronny. So best wishes to him. That is for sure. Yeah, so kind of back to what we were talking about here with the Subway Series, Tony. You were advocating for a starting pitcher for the Mets. Now, when it comes to the Yankees, just a specific position, because obviously we all know everybody feels they need to upgrade their offense. But is there a specific position or specific player? And I know we've talked about Bellinger, so not Bellinger, but other than that, is there somebody that comes to mind or a specific position that comes to mind that they absolutely have to address before this trade deadline?
That's a good question. I mean, I feel like third base comes to mind.
Third base.
I mean, I guess, if you're looking for someone that obviously has a solidified, like, kind of like, oh, I'm a great third baseman, I'm a great bat. I feel that's a position that, that hasn't really been excelling for the Yankees. You think about Donaldson and his defensive errors, his obviously lack of production at the plate. I understand, Cabrera's been at third, right? Or Peraza, rather, right?
Peraza, and obviously IKF plays third as well.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, I feel like, IKF you can really throw anywhere. And Peraza's young enough, like, yeah, if you throw him in there, like, maybe he'll develop. But I mean, if you're really looking to bring a significant at bat who's also a good, good two-way player, I feel like that's really what you're looking for. I mean, I feel like for the Yankees, it's kind of the opposite of where the Mets are. And if, in my eyes, I mean, you need some offense. You need to bring in a big bat, I think. I know you don't like the idea of Arenado.
It's funny you actually say that. I was just looking him up, and I mean, he's really, after a slower start to this season, has really come around.
He's got great numbers,
hitting 290, 22 home runs, and 77 RBIs. Gold Glover. He's 32. Will be 33 next season. I was just looking in terms of what we have on the contract end of things here. 32 and 33 next year, though. That's just, it is tough. You almost wish his contract was up after this year. It would make it an outstanding trade. But he's 30 million next year, 27 and 25, 22 and 26, and $15 million in 2027. So 4 years, taking him through age 36. If you're the Yankees,
yes.
And knowing that Judge is coming back full strength, no issues. Do you pull the trigger on something like this? Do you need salary relief? Obviously, we know that's the first thing that Hal Steinbrenner wants,
right? And
is it worth it to pull the trigger on this?
I think so, dude. I think a player like Arenado, I mean, yeah, you mentioned a slow start to this year, but I mean, the guy he really is so good. And I think come age 36, he's still going to be really good. I think he's someone who's going to have longevity in this league for his career. So I think, to cover him for 4 years, I don't think is crazy. And I think Hal needs to start taking a position where he does not care about the money.
Right.
Like, I think that's what the Yankee fan base wants. That'll certainly better his team. And I mean, I understand, he's a little bit older, but I mean, I think bringing in a veteran guy who continues to produce, and also I feel like Arenado has a tremendous will to win, just because, like, how often has he won, Brian? He's gonna want to get win the World Series. Like,
he was on a lot of bad Rockies teams.
Yeah. So, and then unfortunately, he came to the Cardinals at a time where they're not good.
But I don't know, Tony. It's just the
age. What about the age, dude?
Yeah. In 4 years, like I said, this year, even if it was this year and next year, I feel great. But what are those other 2 seasons or 3 seasons going to look like?
I mean, I think the rest of this season, I think next, I don't know, dude. I mean, again, I really don't see. I mean, you got his numbers in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Have they tapered off? Really?
COVID was a little sketchy, but the last couple of years he's kind of rebounded pretty good, and he obviously wins the Gold Glove every year.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, he's a tremendous third baseman. I really don't see him making any mistakes, honestly, rarely. And he can hit well. 22 home runs, 290 batting average. The Yankees don't have that.
Yeah.
Why? What do you think? If you're the Yankees, who are you picking up? What's your first move here?
Bellinger.
Bellinger for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
because it's not a long-term commitment.
It's not.
The production's there. The left-handed bat. I mean, I feel like that's all stuff that the Yankees need.
yeah, no, yeah, I think you're right. And I think I don't know, I just don't think he doesn't bring as much of a splash, though, as Arenado would.
I don't know, but hitting 320,
320, 14
with
home
power,
runs.
and then the fact that he could play center, he could play first. I just feel like that's pretty attractive.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The pedigree with his
28,
dad,
dude, 4 years.
playing with the Yankees as well.
Yeah, that is a good pickup. Why not both, Brian? Are you at all concerned, though, about his just lack of
because
production
it's
in LA?
But it's a less than half of a season commitment. That's why.
Oh, so you're just thinking quick turn
For the short term, yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? At this point, I don't want to acquire anybody on the wrong side of 30 with a lot of years. I mean, it doesn't seem like it makes sense.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So, it'll be interesting to see what they do there.
What do you think they're gonna do?
I mean, to me, like I said, I think it's gonna be Bellinger, and then I would prefer just to use what we have, but I think they're gonna go after a catcher as well.
Oh, why?
Well, just because, I mean, you have Higgy and Rort Vet. That's
What about Austin?
no, I mean, we want Austin Wells. I'm just talking about organizational philosophy, Tony.
Right. So they're not going to bring up Wells.
So I think they're going to end up getting like Salvador Perez, Elias Diaz, hopefully not Wilson Contreras, but I'm sure the Cardinals would love to get rid of him, but I don't think they could unload that contract.
Sal Perez, I mean,
Yasmani Grandel, maybe Jan Gomes, somebody like that.
I don't know about Perez.
What's the contract? Oh, free agent 2026. So that means he's got 2 years after this year, and he's 33. Yeah, it's just like I said, the old stuff. It's tough.
Yeah, and it's like he had that phenomenal year. Was it 2 years ago? Was it last year? 2 years ago.
2021.
21. Yeah, but it's like since then, I mean, yeah, he's still hitting well for his age, but I mean,
and what's he making? Go down. 17, 18 or something.
Where are we?
Down. Keep going.
His Hall of Fame transactions.
20, 22, and a 13.5 team option. $2 million buyout. It's a lot for an older catcher.
That's for sure, dude.
So
pick up Gary Sanchez, maybe.
Hopefully not.
That would be crazy, dude.
But I'm gonna predict Bellinger and Elias Diaz because I don't think that'll cost too much.
Yeah,
but I think it should just really I would prefer just Bellinger and then calling up Austin Wells. Like we need to bring up Everson Pereira, who guy you should get familiar with. Has been on fire for Yankees AAA.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's say you get Bellinger.
Yep.
What do you project Bellinger's gonna? Like, do you think he's gonna be good enough where the Yankees want to re-sign him and stuff? Honestly,
I think it's almost a lock that he doesn't resign with them because it's going to be one of two things. Either he's going to underperform, and obviously they're not going to want to resign him, or he's going to do great, and they're not going to want to give him what he's looking for because he hasn't gotten that big contract.
Right.
His MVP season came when he was still under arbitration.
Right.
So he hasn't made, and I'm sure if you scroll down and you look at career earnings, and I know this year, 17.5, but it's further down. $58 million career. He's gonna be 28 next season.
Yeah.
This is his time to cash in. You would think. I mean, especially if he finishes off the season the right way. I mean, he wants well over $100 million.
Yeah, that's true. So but then it's just like a one and done for the Yankees. So I mean, what?
But I mean, okay. So right now he's sitting over 300. He's got 14 home runs. Let's just say he ends up finishing with 22 home runs, average over 300, driving in like 95 runs, good defensively. What would you feel comfortable giving him starting with his age 28 season?
What would I get? I mean, if he's looking for a contract, 28. I mean, I would be comfortable offering like 4 years, depending on how. Let's say he does well, right? Like you said. I don't know, 4 years at like 22 a year.
But I think he's gonna want 30.
Yeah, probably.
So that's why, but it's okay. We also have a lot of guys in the minor leagues, so I don't think we'll have to go over top guys. Pereira is a guy that might have to go back in this deal.
Do you think another team would offer him that? I mean, another team probably would offer him that 4 years or 30.
Yeah, definitely. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens as we get closer to the trade deadline. Looking specifically at tonight's Subway Series pitching matchup, and Lonnie saying, Tony, how dare you say Gary Sanchez? That was like to get a rie out of us, Lonnie. Don't look too much.
You think I wish the Mets still had Gary Sanchez, dude? Like, you kidding me?
I don't know about that.
DH spot?
You don't wish they still had him. Because, I mean, he's hit a couple home runs, but it's still like ridiculous. He can't even hit 200. But we got Justin Verlander coming off a good start. Obviously, overall has been a disappointment up to this point. And then you have Domingo Germán. We all know about the perfect game. Since then has been a little spotty. I mean, was great against Chicago. But 9 hits allowed to Baltimore and then 5 earned runs last time out against the Angels. The home run ball doing him in that scenario. But I think I'm expecting him to pitch well. I'm expecting Verlander to be representable. And I think what's going to happen, and we've seen this happen time and time again with the Mets, I think it'll be a close game halfway through. Once the Yankees tap into that bullpen, I think we could have some issues. So giving my prediction on this one, I'm going to say Germán will go 6 innings, give up 2 earned, strike out 8, end up getting the no decision. Verlander on the other side, I'm going to say 7 innings, but 4 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. And you're going to have Anthony Rizzo back from the dead. We saw him homer last game, break that 43-game homerless streak, Tony. Anthony Rizzo, the go-ahead 2-run shot in the 7th. Yankees 5, Mets 3. Game 1 of the Yankee Stadium Subway Series edition.
Interesting, dude. That's your. What was the final score? I'm sorry.
5-3.
That's ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
Because I'm going to tell you something a little different here. I think Justin Verlander is going to throw a gem, as we've seen a few times this season. He does rise to the occasion. I say he goes 8 innings. Brian gives up just 1 solo home run,
14 strikeouts, 100 miles an hour,
12 strikeouts. Okay, obviously hammering the fastball, but mostly going to the curveball for strikeouts. Okay, making those Yankee batters swing at the low and away outside the strike zone. And I think 1 run by him. I think a big 2-run blast in the 5th off of Germán by Francisco Alvarez puts the Mets up 2-1. Bullpen is fine from the Yankees, but then most importantly, in the 9th, Robertson strikes out the side hard, riled, close out the game, gets another save. Mets win 2-1.
2-1. Wow.
Yeah, let's do it.
Talk about a pitcher's duel.
I know. One we haven't seen that a lot this season from either team. I feel, I guess maybe more so the Mets.
A perfect
really
game. Yeah. So, also, I mean, you're running away with it. Looks like I'm going to owe you dinner. So I know you're riled about that. 42-34 here.
Wow, dude.
But we'll play out the string. You never know. You never know what'll happen.
I mean, these are big heads up games right here.
These are big heads up games. That's for sure. So for pick number 2, there are a lot of different directions I could go here. But I'm going to go with some momentum here and go with Griffin Canning. Last time we saw him against the Yankees, dominant. And he's in Detroit against the Tigers. Angels really looking to prove to ownership, looking to prove to the rest of the league that they're a contender. They're going to stay in this wild card race despite being without Mike Trout for an extended period of time. Ohtani dealing with a blister on the pitching end, hitting a ton of home runs on the hitting end. And Eduardo Rodriguez pitching well for the Tigers, 6-5, 2.69. And I know the Tigers desperate to return to the playoffs, but they are even in a worse position than the Mets in terms of that. And a more competitive American League wildcard race.
Right.
So you would imagine Rodriguez gets moved to a team maybe like the Mets. We'll see. But I think Canning, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Shohei Ohtani, a grand slam and an RBI triple en route to an Angels 7-3 victory over the Tigers.
Love it, dude. I'm just trying to see here.
Alvarez back tonight.
I think so. I heard the rumors of it. Rumblings. Might be the biggest game 3 stretch, but so major impact, one of the greatest. I believe it was rumored too, so it sounds like yes. But I think it's gonna be a game time decision, it seems. But I'm gonna say give me the Stros actually. Against the Rangers here. I don't know if you saw Chapman get fucking popped last night.
Yeah, because before that, everyone was going nuts about this 103-mile-an-hour pitch that broke and all that, and then he gave up the home run.
Yeah.
Same spot
Literally.
in the Astros park there, Minute Maid.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. Astros won 10-9 last night because of that. So pretty crazy win for the Astros. And I just think looking at JP France going up against an undecided here for the Rangers, I guess they're kind of do a bullpen thing. And again, having Alvarez back tonight, I think will be huge addition to the lineup there. Kyle Tucker leading the Astros in pretty much every category, 65 RBIs, batting .303, 17 dingers, which is pretty interesting. I mean, you look at the Astros, I guess in terms of their home runs, I mean, you got Tucker with 17, Bregman with 16, Alvarez at 17, so that's a big, again, comeback. But other than that, I mean, it seems like everyone else is kind of silent in terms of hitting the long ball. So that's pretty interesting. I guess they don't hit the long ball very well. They just really just put runners in scoring position. Tucker with 68 RBIs, Bregman 63, Alvarez 55. Tucker, 25 doubles this season. I guess he's been really feeling himself at the plate and in right field. So give me the Astros. JP France, I mean, looking at his last few starts here, he's done pretty well. Oakland, 7 innings, taking care of business. Colorado, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. St. Louis, 7 innings, no earned runs, taking care of business again. Even against the Dodgers, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. So I think as a team like the Rangers, I think can go 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Astros win this one. I don't know. I'll say 5-4. Keep it close.
All right. I'm going to go with the Braves over the Red Sox. Charlie Morton on the hill versus an undecided pitcher for Boston. And I know the Red Sox have probably played a lot better than people expected this year.
That's for sure.
But I think, playing the Braves, it's just a completely different animal. And I could see them jumping over whoever starts or opens for the Red Sox today. And I think Charlie Morton, a veteran who's pitched at Fenway before, will have a lot of success here. I think he's going to strike out 8 over 6, giving up 2 earned runs. And the Braves will outslug the Red Sox. I'm going to say 7-4.
All right, my next pick, I'm going to go with the Padres here. We're just talking about San Diego and how their summers aren't as hot as ours.
And they just lost to the Pirates yesterday.
They did lose to the Pirates yesterday. However, dude, and I think that they lost to the Pirates. That's right. They lost to the Pirates yesterday. But Rich Hill on the mound here tonight. 4.84 ERA. We know about his age, about his lack of velocity, about him getting popped. And he actually pitched against the Padres way back in a month ago, actually. 6 innings, 4 earned runs. But I guess the Padres ran into some issues with pitching themselves because, Rich Hill and the Pirates ended up winning 9-4 here. But I just think that against Blake Snell, who's kind of shown that he's been actually really improving. You look at his last 5 starts, only giving up 3 earned runs in his past 5 starts. I remember most recently, 6 innings, no earned runs, 11 Ks against the Mets 2 starts ago. Really hasn't stopped, honestly, since then. And again, you're looking at the game that Rich Hill pitched. San Diego did a bullpen game. It was a disaster for them. And I just think that was a month ago. I guess the Pirates getting some more offense. The Padres getting more offense. Rich Hill going maybe 5 innings, 5 earned runs. Blake Snell, almost hitless through 5, I could imagine. And he gives us 6 2/3, 1 earned run. Padres win this one. I don't know, I'll say 4-1.
Are they sellers?
The Padres?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be, I guess, right?
You need to get the farm system.
Such a disappointment.
And while his value is high, I would trade Snell, definitely.
Yeah, I
ERA
think I would
2.6,
too.
I
And I mean, like, again, like, you look at what he was looking like this season, even last. I mean, it's just like you're not sure what he's gonna look like next year.
Yeah.
I feel,
Do you think it would be their best interest to trade Soto or no? Versus the offseason? Or just trying to re-sign him some point before the end of next season?
I mean, it's just like a small stint. I couldn't imagine. I don't think he's like, I'm never coming back to San Diego, so it might be worth it to try and keep him
Turn
around.
the ship around.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. And I think too, Tony, I look at these 2 games against the Mets here. And I think it's more of a product because I saw some stat, and I'm gonna miss some of the teams that are involved in this, but I know this year the Yankees against it was the Cardinals, the Red Sox, the White Sox, and the Rockies, I want to say, are 6 and 17. So they haven't taken care of business against weaker teams. And just record-wise, obviously the Mets, come to this one 7 games under 500. So
right.
I think, sitting 9 games out in the division, sitting in the tie for last, equal record with the Boston Red Sox, 2.5 games out of the last wild card spot in the American League. I think they have to sweep this series. And I know it's going to be tough, and I'm almost, I'm not expecting it, but I just think that's a season changer. If they're able to do that. And I think the opportunity does present itself, because Herman definitely has been up and down, but at home he seems to pitch pretty well. The Yankees have faced Verlander a ton over the years, his time in Houston, time in Detroit, of course. And then, tomorrow's game, Quintana, I mean, Rodon's a little further ahead in terms of coming back from an injury, but it's again an opportunity for the offense to score. And you think about tapping into that Mets bullpen other than Robertson. You have to like your chances there. You think about the positive signs they've seen from LeMahieu and Rizzo recently. We're assuming Glaber's all right after leaving with that hip injury. Didn't get any further testing. So I kind of think he gets to start at DH tonight. We'll have to see, what exactly happens. But I think it's, if you could do that, and you would expect to, the Red Sox to struggle with the Braves. So you're just thinking about it even tonight. I mean, you gain a game on them, you take care of business, they fall to Atlanta. And then you just kind of keep clawing away and working away, chipping away. And I know that those are some good numbers you're pulling up there, Tony, but there have been some starts where he's been knocked around, some 10-hit performances
back in 2015.
But even what was it, 2019? I mean, the 3 earned runs. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
And this doesn't show postseason either. Not. But and we've seen what he's done this year. Just waiting on him making a mistake. But that's my 2 cents here. I think reinforcements are going to be on the way internally. With Loaizaga, with Judge, we know they're going to come back, but especially if you could pick up a piece or 2 at the deadline. Yes, 4-0 in the postseason. This isn't the postseason, Tony.
Well, I mean, you're just asking. I'm just,
Yeah, but I feel like you're kind of cheesing looking at these numbers, though.
This is 5-1 against the Yankees in the postseason.
In the postseason, yeah. I don't know. That other article, I guess, was
4-0.
Incorrect.
Incorrect, dude.
But nevertheless, I know he's been on the other side of some bad defeats. I think we're gonna do it. I think it's gonna be tough, but I think we're gonna do it, Tony.
You think the Yankees are gonna be the Mets
tonight and tomorrow? Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. And I know conventional wisdom would say split.
Right.
But
are we done making our picks?
Yeah.
I kind of lost it a little bit.
Yeah, because you did the Mets.
Right. Oh,
You
and
did the
then the
Padres.
Padres.
And then
Astros.
The Astros, yeah.
All right.
I think you wanted a bonus pick or something.
I was looking at Arizona against St. Louis, honestly. Zach
Well, you're gonna
Gallen on the
take-
mound
yeah,
against
Gallen,
Steven Matz.
you're
Matz gets popped. See you later. But that's all right, dude.
There's always next time.
Yeah, there is always next time. It's okay.
What do we have coming up on Screen Time?
Dude, big screen time, actually. I don't know if I was telling you this, but Jay and I went to see Oppenheimer this weekend.
The popcorn.
Dude, the popcorn, the cherry slushy, Brian.
cherry slushy,
Do you
I
like
think I mentioned
slushies?
Yes.
I mean, how do you not like slushies, dude? I think
Icy? Was it the Icy?
it's the same thing. Icy,
But
slushy.
like
always
I
like Icy
grew
brand.
up on Icy though.
No.
It
They
wasn't?
don't. It's their own, I guess.
Okay.
Icy is only like 7-Eleven Icy's. You know, they still have
Big
that. but-
Y always had them for some reason.
Really?
Like that blue and red
Yeah.
color, and you could mix them.
Oh,
That was where it's at. Manny knows.
yeah, dude. Jay went for the Coke slushy, which is okay.
But not the best choice.
I'd rather just have a Coke. Dude,
I
like-
expect better out of Jay.
Yeah,
honestly.
me too. But yeah, so big Oppenheimer review, dude, plus some news, a couple trailers out there we're gonna watch. So it's gonna be a great time, dude.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
We're shooting for I guess noon 15. Sounds about right. You know, sports went a little past 11:30 as we prepare. So, noon 15 gives Lonnie a chance to wake up from his nap, maybe make some breakfast and
There
stuff.
we go.
So
There we go. Maybe he'll be surprising you with a cake. I mean, you never know.
that'd be sick, dude. Maybe he'll be like, yo, I saw Oppenheimer too, dude.
Saw Oppenheimer,
Yeah,
wants to
yeah.
talk about that. So good stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for the Subway Series tonight. And I know this is a big point of the season for the Yankees.
Where are you watching tonight?
That we're watching.
Are we?
Yeah.
Your place? My
Wherever.
place? Wherever?
Yeah.
Fire Engine Pizza.
Tony, it's your day. You pick. all
Really,
right?
dude.
Yeah.
All right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Our people will talk to your people.
Our people, your people, their people. But yeah, I'm back in, and I know I might be setting myself up for disappointment, but I'm fully back in. I'm fully excited again. The Rizzo home run really did it for me. So I'm hoping that this is a sign of things.
Did he
to
get
come.
one tonight? Rizzo home run.
Yeah,
Tonight.
I know. I said that.
You did say that?
Go ahead, 2-run
Tomorrow,
home
too?
run for Verlander. Next 5 games, home run.
Stop
I mean,
it.
law of
That's ridiculous. That's
averages.
ridiculous.
Law of averages. Get
So
that
ridiculous.
back of the baseball card, Tony. But what a show. Really appreciate everybody tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee in costume. The merch at downtimetv.com. Lonnie saying, let's go Yankees.
That's
I'm saying, let's
ridiculous.
go Yankees.
Let's go, Mets.
We want everyone to enjoy the day, enjoy screen time. Let's go Yankees.
Go Mets.
And we will see you.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.